Hey guys, sometimes the grass isn't always greener. In fact, sometimes the grass is nasty and brown and ripped up from soccer and Shakira soccer and all kinds of stuff like that. The game of the week in the NFL will not be played at Azteca Stadium in Mexico. The field is too torn up. Instead, they've moved the game to Los Angeles. All sorts of moving parts to this one, with the emphasis on moving. Ian Rappaport right now, he's going to help us sort out this midweek scramble. Hey, Ian.
Hey, if you're wondering why, Scott, the grass cannot be fixed, they simply can't replace the sod. Clark Hunt, the Chiefs owner, actually talked today to local media after a charity event and explained it's because it's a mix of grass, real grass, and synthetic grass. They can't just replace it like they would in most situations. And so what happened here is, of course, it was a player safety issue, and the game had to move from Mexico to Los Angeles. And for the Rams, of course, they are now allowing their season ticket holders and just regular old fans, the general public, to buy tickets at this point, an opportunity that maybe some would not get. Plus, they were giving a ton of tickets away to first responders of those horrific fires in the area. So, of course, that's a nice thing. And then also for the Rams, they're basically staying in Colorado Springs where they were training now. You got players there, you got families, essentially a glorified road trip. And for the Kansas City Chiefs, it basically remains the same. Instead of heading off to Mexico, they now head out to Los Angeles. But it was interesting, guys, to hear Clark Hunt talk about the disappointment with not being able to play in Mexico. That was an opportunity, as he explained, to help grow their fan base.
Well, and as the Rams continue to practice, they're going to be watching Thursday Night Football, because if the Seahawks lose tomorrow night, the Rams clinch the division with a win in that game. Amazing. Thank you, Ian.
One play at a time, urgency, do what you do. Love you, man. Let's go.
Hey, let's dominate today. Let's dominate today, all day.
Bring him down in short motion and get to Halle Berry. Halle Berry, come out with some depth out of this.
Right side. Hey, we're good. Hey, Mike 20 36, call 57 to 43.
Aaron, talk to me real quick. Aaron, hey, look at me. Hey, love you. This is why you're great. You gather yourself, you win this game next.
Hey, y'all got a hell of a defense, baby. I appreciate it. Y'all got a hell of a defense.
This game, I tell you, it's going to feel like a playoff game. The top two quarterbacks in the league in passing yards in Goff and Mahomes, and one of the better defensive rosters in the league on the Rams sideline. That said, as you see here, they haven't been playing like it in the teens in a lot of categories, and they are actually lower than that in the last three games. Kurt Warner, they are averaging 34 points allowed since week 8. How do you see that going with Mahomes leading the charge on the other side of the ball?
Well, I mean, you look at those numbers, and as you said, the roster looks better than they've been playing. But to me, the key to slowing down the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes is you have to get pressure on him. Their offensive line has been incredible this year. But if you watched the game last week against Arizona, it was actually closer than I expected it to be. And a big part of that was the pressure that they consistently got on Patrick Mahomes throughout the game. When you give him time, he has shown he's a big-time quarterback. He can read the field, and of course, he can make all the throws. You have to rush that. You have to force him to hold the football longer than he wants by moving in the pocket or by making bad throws. Not very many teams have been able to do that. We know the Rams have the capabilities of doing that with those guys they have up front, but they've got to do it consistently on Monday if they're going to win this football game.
Chiefs